All right, folks, what's going on here? Eric from Travel and Trading. We're going to make this video here about swing alerts. Okay. I know a few of you guys have been asking me about the swing alerts and pretty much how to play them, the best tactics to use, and just kind of some more detail about them. That way, you guys can get a better understanding for when you do see swing trade alerts, what you can do, how you can plan, and profit accordingly. Okay. So, this will be a pretty quick video that I'm going to go over and we'll recap, um, you know, the swing alerts that are out there now, so you guys can kind of get a quick understanding. Okay. So first and foremost, let's kind of start off with the swing alerts. The swing alerts are, well, what are they? They're basically alerts for stocks that I'm looking at possibly swinging to gain some profit on. Okay. Now let's take a step back here. If you don't know what a swing trade is, you know what I'm going to say. I encourage you to go do research on it. Um, Again, stuff is in the video library. It's also in the course and all that good stuff. But in essence, guys, what a swing trade is a stock that you're going to trade that you hold longer than a day. And you guys know I'm a day trader. I get in and out of my positions, whether I'm profiting or losing. By the end of the day, that's just like my only number one discipline thing that I can actually stick to. To be honest, is just closing out the stock at the end of the day because I'm done. Swing trade alerts are swing trades that I'm looking at that I want to hold overnight or hold for a longer term period than a day. It could be overnight, it could be a couple of days, it could be a couple of weeks. Sometimes it could be a couple of months. Honestly, depends on the stock and how I'm looking to play that particular trade. Okay, and every person that swing trade is different. I know some swing traders that might hold for a day or two or three. I know traders who hold for weeks and months. I mean, every person is different. In the alerts that I give you guys, I'm not typically giving you a time frame of when I'm going to get in and out of stock. I'm more so giving you a price frame of what I'm looking at in my, personal risk to reward ratio for those trades. Again, you don't have to follow every single trade alert that's there. They're not like guaranteed plays. If you see the stock isn't doing what you don't think it does to fit your trading style, move on to the next one. I've had that happen with a few swings as well too. There's some swings that I put on my watch list personally that I look at that don't do what I think it's going to do, and after maybe a couple of days or so or weeks has gone by, I'm not looking at the stock anymore because it's just not doing what I thought it was going to do. It's either, it's staying stagnant, it's not moving, a number of different things it could be doing. Um, because when it comes to swing trading, and I'll break this down some more in the course that I have for you guys. When it comes to swing trading, there's typically two different styles to do that. Um, but again, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother story that I cover in the course. But so let's kind of go over the swing trades that are out here now, so you guys can kind of get a general gist of what I'm looking at and what what you could do as a trader to be able to trade it. Okay, so let's just kind of get into it here. So as you guys can see, it's June 2nd. First swing trade alerts went out on the first. Okay, and let me actually pull it up here so we can kind of take a look at one of them here. So let me pull up the alerts. Let me scroll back here. There it is. Boom. So we have ACTC, CTMX, SRGA. Now let's take a look at what's being said in the alert so I can kind of break it down for you guys just in case you weren't really getting the gist of it, okay? So let's start with ACTC, and it says short. That means I'm looking to short that stock. It's probably high or extended. One or the other, there's some reason for something that I'm looking at that I want to typically short this stock. Now, keep in mind, guys, just because I'm looking to approach a stock a certain way does not mean that I won't change it based on what I'm seeing in the pattern of the stock, or some other sense, like some news might come out and change the perception of the stock, and then I'm gonna change my my strategy on it. It's good to be versatile, but again, you got to also know when to pick your battles and how to pick your battles. Okay, so that's going to be up to you as a trader. You should be knowing and studying and practicing to what's going to best fit for you. Okay, but anyways, ACTC, I'm looking at this one to short it. Now, the recent range has been in the $13 to $18 range, which is a good $5 move. This is coming off the high of being over $30 before. So what I was saying is that there's key areas of resistance for it at the $18 level. Now, I was saying here that when I wanted to short it, I would want to short it when it got into the $18 range. But if it broke past the $18 range, into 19, I would probably look to long that thing into the 24 range. It might be a little bit less than that, but that's pretty much how I was looking at that stock. Initially going once to short it, but I was saying if it starts to, show a good trend of going up for the next few days or maybe even for a day or two, I'm going to look to long that and get in around that 18, between that 18 and $19 level, maybe roughly, maybe around 18.50, just to not, have, have my risk to reward ratio be to where something I can manage. Okay. CTMX, this one here, I was looking to long this one. Now, support was showing strength at 650 based on what I was looking at. And, from there, I would be looking along, trying to catch it at the bottom. Might not be necessarily at 650, but usually around that area. I like to give that a good 10 to 15 cent cushion depending on the risk to reward ratio there. It is possible that it could go down to, the 350 level. I've seen that being, there. So what I mean by this being in a scalable trade means I'm not going to enter my whole position size that I want into the first entry that I'm going to go in. I'm going to scale either long or short into this trade. Now, backtrack. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you know what I'm going to say. Do your research on what scaling means, but if not, go take the course and you'll learn all that stuff. And I show you that, I walk you through that, and update that with tips and things and knowledge that you need to know as a day trader. But anyways, I'm gonna be looking to do that. Okay. And I show you how to scale and all that good stuff in that course and everything too. But anyways, that was how CTMX was broken down. Next trade I had that I was looking at was SRGA. This one here, I was looking, like to get in around the $1.65 area. But it had a lot of like false breakouts. So I wouldn't really want to, enter in at 165 and then hold it past 140. That would probably be like my ideal get out of the trade point. Um, but if I got in at 169, I'd look to get out at 190. In the stock this small, I'll probably be trading with roughly maybe 1,000, 2,000 shares just to get a decent profit. Um, Depending on the volume of it, I would scale in, but more than likely not. But if it showed momentum, I'd probably get out like the 215 area, and let the rest ride if it kept moving. But again, that's depending on how strong the volume is in that stock at the time that I'm swinging it. Um, so let's kind of talk about the stocks that we look at when we're trading. Now, generally, these are going to be stocks that already have a lot of volume in them, and have a lot of range as far as dollar movements, because these are the swing trades. You don't want to be stuck in the position of a swing trade and holding that stock for a long, long time. Now you have no way to get in and out of it. So kind of like how we play the momentum stocks on a daily basis, the swing stocks, we want to always have a lot of volume. So a lot of times, guys, you're going to see that these are going to be bigger market cap stocks, blue chip stocks, higher price stocks, typically maybe in like the $30 to $40 range. So you might not get as much dollar movement as you might want as you do with the day trades. But again, the day trades are for people who can actually, attend to the stock maybe while they're on their phone or, out and about, or even just sitting at the desk all day and you can, trade. Again, different traders fit different styles, but understand that's what these swing trades here are for you to not have to sit in front of the computer as well too. You can set your entry points and set your exit points and let the stock play out. If it doesn't ever get hit, you want to move on to another stock, you can do that. That's the beauty of swing trading. You're really not stuck to it every single day. But at the same time, too, catch 22 is you don't make as much profit because you're not able to, trade as much. Um, I mean, sometimes the stocks might, shoot up. It varies from stock to stock, but again, it's not, always a high probability of that. But you just have more consistent gains because you're an ability to set your entries and exits and not really touch the stock. But again, every person is different, every trader is different, but that's why we implemented swing trading alerts for you guys to get you an idea of what we're looking at there. So these are pretty much the three stocks that we were looking at on one of the first swing trades. Okay, so let's kind of take a look at them since they've been, released on June 1st, and this is only June 2nd. So let's see how these bad boys did throughout the day. Now the first day, I didn't enter any of them, but let's just kind of recap them and look where they're at now. Okay, and let's see if this is ones that you guys, either should have entered based on alerts or had an idea of what to look for. So let's start with ACTC. I put ACTs, ACTX. Let me pull that up. We're not doing no OTCs. We want real stocks. But load that up here. Go back. All right, let's take a look here. Sorry, everything is running slow. Probably got like a million programs running on the computer right now, eating up that processor. So let's see here. All right, ACTC, June 1st. It's right here. So again, you guys were alerted around this time frame, and I said, it recently was in the $13 to $18 range, and that, it's coming off the high of the 30s, kind of giving you the reason there of what I was looking at. And I told you guys, 18 was a key area where I look to short it, but if we're looking to long it, it's going to be, once it break past that level, that $18 level, it breaks past the $18 level, then go ahead and long that bad boy. This is June 1st. What happened? This thing spiked up. A little bit of movement, little bit of movement, little bit of movement, little bit of movement. Kept holding its highs, and then next day, which is today, this thing is 19, almost $20 range. I mean, that's a good dollar move there for you. Probably around this area, I would have gotten out. It's still been with a $19 range. If you would have gotten at the 18, like I told you to on the watch list, this is not financial advice. So let me repeat that. This is not financial advice. Measure your own risk to reward. But anyways, that's pretty much where we're at now. At this point, once I would have entered in and got out, I would have, moved on from the stock and looked for the next one. It's already been 48 hours. There's nothing else left really needed to do. Plus, there's not much price action there. A little bit, but not too much. But again, this is a higher cap stock than we usually trade, so that's no problem. So let's look at the next one here, CTMX. Let's start with Lejeune. All right. And I was looking to long this one. Now, at this point here, guys, you see it's still in the $7 range, high sixes. I said on the alerts that I'm not looking to get in until it got around, pull it up here, 650, I believe. See if I can find it. June 1st. Yeah, I said I'm not going to get in until around there, and it can also go down to 350. But I was going to long it once it hits 650. We're not even at 650 yet. So had I set a buy limit order for 650, it still wouldn't be filled. Because look, this thing is on a downtrend. What I'm expecting here with this downtrend, once it gets around here, to start to curl up and try to grab maybe a 50-cent, maybe even a dollar move, a quick little easy move. Again, that's just me measuring my risk to reward ratio. You can do your own due diligence and just kind of take a look, pull up the stock and look at levels of support and resistance. It's really not that hard. I show you guys how to do that in the course and judge from there. Okay. But yeah, I wouldn't be entering this trade yet. It's still at the 673-ish range. That's still $25 from where I'm looking to enter. So I wouldn't really jump in yet. However, based on this moving average and its volume weighted average price, I might want to consider changing that entry point because it looks like it's possibly curling. But again, no signal to get in yet. I'd still really wait because even right here, you got a false move there and a false move there and a false move there. I mean, might be another false move coming here and I can wait. But again, that's what a swing trade is for. So keep it on your watch list if you want, or move on to the next thing. Okay. So let's go on to the next stock. SRGA. I said here that we were going to look to long this one from 165, but it was a lot of false breakouts before. 165. Let's go to June 2nd, June 1st. Boom. 165. This is June 1st. Remember, you got it that morning. Well, you got it that night. Then June 1st opened the next morning. So if you got it at the 165 level, which is probably like right around there, boom, 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 and just held the stock. Even if you held it for a day, let it swing overnight. What would have happened if you would have set your target to be what, 30 cents to the dollar? And then I say I'm gonna get out at $9. Let me tell you guys, because y'all think I'm playing. I literally just said this. get in at 165. False breakouts. I wouldn't hold it if it did past 140, but if it gets to 190, I'm getting out. I won't be, if I wanted to feel greedy, I get out at 215. Let's take a look at what this thing is doing since June 1st. Okay. I'm just zooming in. Sorry, trading view is just crazy. June 1st. June 1st. Boom, boom. We're coming back down to the 165. The stock has done this before, guys. You can clearly see it. Told you this would be the lowest point, and that's only a 20-cent move. So, here it is, June 1st. It's downtrending, waiting to get at that 165 level. Let it do its thing. That's just a swing trade. Okay. So, anyways, take a look at that. Look out for the list. Usually, the alerts list will come out once a week, maybe, depending on things. Okay. So, anyways, guys, that's it. That's the best way to kind of look at the swing trade alerts. Obviously, as time goes on, you'll have more to look at, but yeah, pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, shoot me a message. All right. Until then, stay green.